Hi guys, it's Marty the Off-Grid Gecko. Today I need to start getting the bees prepped and ready for winter. Woke up this morning, it was 40 degrees outside, so fall is officially here. The first thing I'm doing is preparing some beetle traps. So this is an ordinary jewel case for CDs. And what I'm going to do is just snap off these little tabs here. I don't know if it's necessary, but you basically push down on them. That one actually opened up a little bit, which is what I've been trying to do with the other ones. They just haven't been cooperating. Got some yellow hookup wire. The beetle thing is not necessarily a winter thing, it's just a thing. I've been seeing more beetles in the hive, so I'm going to try to get this in there and not piss them off at the same time. Yeah, I hadn't really thought this out ahead of time. Sorry. I think I'm just going to drill 2 holes in the side here, or better yet, just drill them over here on the back. Got a new drill here from Harbor Freight, and to replace the other one that's I thought had gone out when I went to make my burn pile stuff. And then all of a sudden got this little girl home, and that one decided it was going to start working again temporarily. I still don't trust it yet, but we'll see. So I'm just going to hold this in between my legs, pop a couple holes in here. Easy peasy. Then I need to pop this thing out. Be a pain in my butt. Put the wire through one hole, pull it back through the other hole. Now I got a little pulley. I'm just going to do a little twisty, hold it in place, and we should be good to go on that front. This you don't really need, but it's got this plate on it, and just in case I'm not thinking, I put this in upside down. I don't want the bees to be able to have access to even get close to the poison. So, alright, it seems like the regular roach killing smeary stuff will work fine. I don't really want to use that, so I do have some borax. I think I'm actually going to skip the oil. So this is some of the honey that I got from them. And it is very, very fluid compared to the store-bought honey. Just put a little bit of that on there. Here's the poison. That looks like enough. Also works as a detergent booster. Smear that around. I'm not sure what the purpose of the oil is that all these guys want, but there you go. Borax and honey. Seems to work just fine. Now just squishy that on there, and we're ready to go out and work bees. So this is step 1 for today's project. For step 2 of today's project, I'm going to be taking measurements for insulating the hive. So I've got a tape measure around here somewhere. There it is. Just basically going to measure the hive, double check my measurements because I know what's going on there. And then we're going to go out and cut some stuff. So yeah, you can drive screws in styrofoam. Found that out a long time ago. Pretty cool. 52. Decide what's going to be the top and the bottom. Got a little defect right there, but other than that, that'll sit on top of there and around it. Spiders. And then that'll leave enough room for the opening on the front. Look at me when I talk to Jewel. Alright, so this the lid for the beehives, the top of the top box, the top of that super that's on there should be about in line with the top of this. Okay, now the bee lid is 3/4 of an inch thick. It's 1 bias. that it's constructed with. So that's going to sit on top of the beehive. This is already a 1/2 inch larger than the frame, so that's going to leave me with like an extra inch total that I need to clear over here and over here. So if these things go on the side like that, and I've probably got the lengths screwed up. I bet you $1 I do. Yep, they're totally screwed up. Basically, the goal here is to design a double stack lid for this that will slip over it, and then so it's double insulated. It's R26 on the top, R13 on the walls, just like your house. There's a reason they do that. Go ahead and see if I can bash one of these out real quick. It's kind of a loose design philosophy. This is a pretty big hole for insulation, but remember, they're going to have their inner cover, or their outer cover is going to be on their hive inside of this box. So this is actually going to sit up a little higher than this. Probably going to sit about like this, to where those are just barely hanging over the side. This is just going to provide an outlet for that air to escape that's already coming out of their hive. So it's kind of like a vent. And I'll probably get this in place, and once it's on, since these sides are kind of loose and flappy, just wrap duct tape around this top one too, just to keep it nice and secure. Don't play with the bees, you never play with me. Oh God. Oh, my leg. Kitty, I just crushed my cigarettes. I don't have time for your crap. Bingo. That's just how we want it right there. Alright, let's go get bees. And go talk to the bees. Meow. Really hoping the grass works out as smoker fuel, because I don't really have the time to get everything prepped and all pretty today. Make this happen. They're all getting ready to come back for the day, and it's times like this when you start wondering, I hope I measured this thing right. Smoke them out a little bit. Get them all confused. We'll check these honey frames. Ugh, don't need this anymore. I need to go back and get beetle traps as soon as I'm done with this shit. Fun. This one's not glued down very well, is it? Here, I'll solve that problem for you real quick. I'm gonna run and get the beetle traps. And, well, I can put the beetle trap in when I'm done. Hell with the beetle trap. I'm all dusted up real good. There's one of them pesky beetles. There's still beetles. We got lots of burr comb. I don't know if it's really going to hurt anything. I'll leave it on there. Now, I think this is a blackberry, so I'm probably about to get my finger smushed by thorns. Ouch. Yep, so I'm not even going to mess with that. I'm just going to put this box on and see if we can do this without pissing them off at all. Hopefully without squishing any of them too. Alrighty, look out, you little monsters. Ooh. Easy. Easy. I'm like, what are you doing? Why do you do these things? Look at that. Fits on there most excellently. That is a thing of beauty. Alright. Get your lid back on. What these? Oh man, you guys are all being silly. We'll go from this side and maybe not squish too many of them. There we go. You guys are all good. Why are you doing that thing with your tail? I don't know. Alright. Put that back on there like that, and then I'm going to get your little... Why are you guys doing that? They've got their tails up and they're scenting. I don't know why they have their tails up and they're scenting. That seems like rather odd behavior. You don't need her stinging things. Go ahead and get these guys back on. Everybody get off the back box. Off the lid. Off the lid. That fits pretty darn well. Now we'll put the topper on it and see if it fits, and it looks like it will. Got our vent hole here in the back. And kaboom, easy as pie. Right on. And I didn't realize it, but these corners are making excellent vents as well. So I'm just gonna have to come back with the beetle trap and slide it in the front. And I will probably have to put their little dealy jobber back in there, the entrance reduction at some point so that mice don't get in. But we'll worry about that another day when we get a little closer to winter. I just wanted this squared away and done. I think they like it. They're like, this is a little weird, it's a little different. Maybe that's why they were scenting. Like, they're like, hey, our house looks different. Is this our house? And I'm like, I smell the queen in there. That must be our house, right? So maybe that's why they were scenting. They're very calm today. They'll probably push this over and they wouldn't make much fuss. I'm not sure about that. But we got insulation all the way around. So R13 on the outside, R26 on the top. A little bit of peek through there, so there's some room for ventilation, and there's a little room for bees to get out. So they're like in a fortress inside of a fortress, a box in a box, if you will. And that means they're probably going to start building comb all through here and cause problems. But for now, this is what we got to work with, and this is the prototype. Prototypes rarely look like finished products, right? So, and most of them should be back home by now. Sun's going down, but they'll find their way. They know what they're doing. This is the part they're really not going to like. I'm going straight in through the front gate. So, make sure those guard bees are a little confused, get them a little high, with some grass smoke. And we'll see if I can just slip this in there past them. Oh, you guys have things on the... What is... Looks like they've got a couple cells built in there. Not sure what those are for. A little late in the season to be building queen cells. But easy, easy. I'm not hurting you. I'm not hurting you, dude. For real. Off. Snuck around on me from the top. This is for your own good. It really is. Don't be jacking with me. I'm doing this for you. There we go, got it loose. Slide it in. And we'll just leave that thing hanging there. It's kind of in the middle rather than the back, but I imagine those pesky little beetles will find it. And when they do, these dirty little bees will jog their memory. Alright. So, is there one on my head? I think there's one crawling around on my head. Got him in there. Got him smoked. Got him beetle trapped. Got him insulated. I call that a job well done. And in record time, the sun hasn't gone down yet. Thank God. Now I gotta get back to work. More work. Always more work. I need to get this fence back on too before these cats get over here and start trying their luck. So, like, click, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and then come back and join me in the spring, and we'll see if we still have bees.